What is up, guys? My name is Andrew and welcome back to Factorio. This is episode number 17, and today we're going to be doing something that we haven't done before. Where last episode we were working on signals and also making this red and green science. This episode we'll be working on making military science packs, which is kind of a big task, I gotta say, because making any of these science packs takes a lot. The red, and it actually scales up quite a bit with each science pack. So the red didn't take very much. You can see this is all that it took to make a red science pack. The green, however, took a little bit more. You can see that it required quite a bit over here. It required a lot of materials that also required a lot of intermediate materials. So it scaled up in difficulty there. While the military science pack scales up once again in difficulty. We're just pretty much researching random stuff at this point, by the way, on the top there. But yeah, it scales up once again in difficulty. So it's going to be a little bit tricky. But before the episode, I've gone and I've calculated all the stuff that we're going to need. So essentially, if we take a look at military science, let's take a little gander. We can see that it makes 2 military science every 10 seconds. Now, in order for us to calibrate that with kind of the speed that this is going to be making things, 1 every 2 seconds, we will need 10 assemblers for military science, and 10 assemblers will make 20 military science every 10 seconds, which equates to 2 every 1 second, which is exactly what we want. So what we're going to do here is to kind of maximize space here. Let's go out a little bit, just a little bit here, and do this. We're just going to make one long thing here, and we're going to kind of match it with this, since this is going to be the output of the military science right here. So we're going to match it with that. Next thing we need is the actual military science assembler. So once again, let's match it kind of with this right here, so we have a kind of even thing. Is that 10? Let's do we have a blueprint piece? Let me there we go. Grab that. Yeah, that's 10. Awesome. Okay, so next thing we're going to do, we'll go ahead, just so that we get some quick early progress. Let's go ahead and tell these that they're all military science. Okay, so that's our military science. When all is said and done, that's going to be essentially our output here. So let's add these things here, just so that these are ready to be built, or to be done. Okay, we don't need any of this here, since that is the end output right there. Let's put a couple of these in as well. 2, 3, and we're gonna run out there. Can we make a couple of these? Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, we can make a couple. We just made 20. I think that's gonna be fine. All right, so that's all set up. Next thing we need to do is work on the intermediate products. Now, if we look again to see what these require, the intermediate things are a bit more difficult. Grenades we've worked on before, but as far as turrets and piercing rounds go, we might have a little bit of trouble there. So grenades, well, let's take a look. Well, we'll do the first one. How about this? We'll actually, how do we want to do this? Here's what I'm thinking. I think what we're going to do is something like this. Since it requires 3 intermediate products, everything else required only 2, but this requires 3, which means what we're probably going to end up doing is something like this. We'll have one line right here, and then we'll have another line right on top of it. So one line will contain 2 of the things, and another line will contain 1 of the things, and it'll just grab whatever it needs using long-handed inserters or short inserters. So that's how that's going to work. I think the first thing we're going to go ahead and work on is going to be grenades. Since grenades might be, I don't know, one of the trickiest maybe. Are we bringing coal up? I don't think we are. Grenades might be tricky. Let's take a look at grenades and see what they require. Grenades require, well, it takes 8 seconds, first of all, to make a grenade. So to calibrate that, since we know that we need essentially one grenade every second, 8 grenades, we're going to need 8 assemblers for grenades. That's quite a few, isn't it? 8 for grenades, but we can real quick just put those right here. I think what we'll do is we'll do grenades out here maybe. So kind of have a grenade. Well, since this is the first one, let's do grenades in here like this. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll do we'll do something like this. Actually, I'm just trying to figure out how I want to lay this out a little bit. So let's do them over here then. How about this? We'll do well, screw it. Let's just do it right here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do like this. 2, 3, 4. So that's gonna be our grenades right there. And we'll kind of bring them in like this. Okay, so grenades. Let's put grenades as the recipe here. And that's all set for grenades. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to insert on each side. So this will be the one that has only one thing on the side. How about that? And I'm perfectly fine with that because this one will have two things. So it'll be okay. So that's going to be our grenades. The question now is, what do grenades require? Well, grenades require coal and iron. Lots of coal, might I add, and lots of iron. If we take a look, we'll see that, well, not that much iron, but lots of coal at least. So what we're going to do then is I kind of want to bring in all of our materials right here, like this. So I know coal and iron we're going to need right here. And in fact, I think this one will make the iron right here. So let's bring this one out, and we'll already hook this one up. How about that? So bring this all the way out. And eventually we're going to have to kind of specialize these so that they don't all come from the same place. But for now, I think it's going to be fine. Go underground, go about 4. And there we go. So that's going to be our iron. Next thing we want is we're going to want coal right here. Oh, we ran out of stuff. Oops. That's my, I don't want to say her name. That's my Echo Dot is what that is. I was going to say her name, but then I know she'd start talking again. So, but I don't know. Sometimes she just randomly pipes up. Probably because I say something that sounds like her trigger word. We'll just take everything from here, I think. And actually, you know, we also need a couple of undergrounds, and that should be it. In fact, while we're over here, let's go and grab some of these. Some inserters, some standard issue inserters. And we'll grab a little bit of this as well, since I know that's what's required for the electric pole. And let's hop on over here. So, excuse me. We need this stuff. So this is going to be our coal. Our coal is going to come in kind of like this, I think will be the best way of doing this. And it'll go around like that. So that'll be our coal. It'll essentially supply to everything. Our iron is going to do the same. Now, are you guys going to require all this iron? Probably not, so we might split this into other things, since pretty much everything else requires iron as well. But we'll run the iron around like this. And okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to have a fast inserter for the coal. And I think one should do. One fast inserter per. So we'll throw the fast inserters in the middle of all of these. And then we're going to have a long-handed inserter for the iron. So long hand, long hand, long hand, long hand, and the same on this side. Since it only requires 5 of these. Okay, that should be everything set up for the coal. Let's give it a quick little test. So we're going to put all our stuff here to make sure that it can run. And then we're going to give it a quick little test here. All right, it's going. Actually, we don't have coal yet. Okay, we're gonna have to figure out how to set up coal, because I don't think we're running coal on our bus here. Let me check our M here. Or do we have coal? No, we don't. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Well, what we might do then, we might steal from these. I think might be a good idea. Okay, let me go grab my car and we'll go and do that. Like, we had planned for a coal line, but we just hadn't ever gotten around to making it, I guess. So let's do that now. It won't be too difficult. We'll steal a little bit from all... actually, you know what? Can I? Yeah. Let's go over here. Since we're going to be running that way anyway, let's lay the line down while we're going. Okay. All right. We'll sort that out. No worries. And speed up a little bit. Okay. Did not anticipate that. And again. Okay, it's all good. That's about as far as we can go. Okay, we'll bring it down this way as well. Let's just keep going a little bit. And underground there. And we'll do... Oops. Let's just hop out. Let's just hop out. It's becoming more trouble than it's worth, I think. So the coal is right about there. So we're going to steal a little bit from each of these lines, I think is what we're going to do. So let's do like that. And that should steal a little bit from each. And we'll go underground right here. Under, and welcome back. Awesome. Let's go along the line and make sure it can go under everything that it needs to go under. Under there. Awesome. And here's a spot that we need to fix a little bit. And when we go next to it, actually, we're here right now. So let's go and grab some more of these fast transport belts, because we are running out once again after building that long line. Skirt. We need to go under right here as well. We're also going to need some steel for this design, by the way, because it's required for one of our components. I forget which one. We'll zoom in all the way on that. All right, we're going about here, so we're gonna have to go under this. Alrighty, what we're going to do right there, I think is where we're gonna cut it, and then merge that around. Go under. We're gonna go about four. About four. That's a problem, but we'll figure it out. Yep, that works. Do something weird right here, just so we can get it in the right spot. Okay, there's all of our coal. Once that gets there, we can verify that at least one of our ingredients is done. That means that we're 1/3 of the way to getting there. Let me drink some water while that goes. Okay. I also want to make sure that the coal does get to the end of the line properly. That's good. Okay. And you guys are now producing grenades. Very good. Very, very good. Okay, that's one of our ingredients down. Next ingredient, what are we going to work on? Next ingredient is going to be our ammo. Ammo is a little bit easier. Ammo is going to require copper, steel, and firearm. What does our other thing require? Turret. I think we might want to do turrets right here. The reason I say this is because we already have iron here. Ammo doesn't, well, actually ammo does require iron. Okay, we do ammo. We do ammo right now. Ammo will be easy. So we need, for ammo, we need 3 assemblers. Since it takes 3 seconds and we need 1 ammo per second. We need 3 assemblers of ammo. Furthermore, ammo requires copper, so we need a copper line. It requires steel, so we need a steel line, and it requires a firearm and a firearm magazine. And a firearm magazine makes 1 per second. So since we're having 3 of these, we need 1 per second. We need 1, so we just need 1 firearm magazine to feed all 3 of these. So I think what we're going to do is a flower technique, a flower design. I think it's going to look pretty cool. So we're going to do something like this. Love this, and hang on. Okay, so this, and this. That's our flower design, and essentially what that's going to do is it's going to allow us to do something like this. Since the only ingredient for this is iron, so we can already set that right there. It'll just grab its iron from there as fast as it can, and then it'll immediately kind of put one into each of these. And it should be able to feed all of those equally. So we're gonna do something like this. This is a weird design, I know, but it's not gonna work either, is it? Nope, it's not. It's not gonna work. Okay. New design. The reason it's not going to work is because we need other ingredients as well for our piercing ammo. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this design right about here. That's going to be that one. And it's going to... it'll be right here. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. So this is going to be our standard... actually, you know what? We can put them really close, can't we? So 1, 2, 3. just like that. These are going to be our standard, our piercing ammo, which are going to be making an ingredient for this. This is going to be our normal ammo, which is going to be making an ingredient that these need. It's going to feed onto this line, which is going to feed those guys. And then it's going to, okay, so we need speed like that and a speed like that. Put one in each of these. So that's one ingredient for you. You also need steel and copper, which we can get, honestly, we can get these on the same line since you only need 5 and 1. So 5, 10, 15. And if you're on a fast line, it should be A-okay. So that's a lot of grenades, Jesus. But it's good because we need them all. We're starting to run low on copper on this line, and that's because it's being kind of eaten up over there. But I think that's fine. Okay. Let's give you guys power, even though you're not necessarily done quite yet. But we'll give you guys power so that you can kind of start already. Next thing we need, yeah, okay, this stuff. We're going to need some copper and some steel, and we'll bring them both on the same line. Well, hang on, actually. What do you need? You need a lot of copper as well. So we'll bring copper in on a separate line. And then we'll bring another iron line in as well. So we'll need a copper line, a steel line, and another iron line. And we'll actually bring those in. Well, let's do copper, steel. Do you need copper? You do need copper, so we'll do... Yeah, I guess we'll do like that. We'll do copper, steel, and then other thing, which is another iron line. So first thing we'll do is we'll do copper. Let's bring in copper right about here. We'll bring it in, yeah, right here. I think will be good. So kind of come around this way, and then we'll go underground. Oop, that's not right. There we go. Okay, you're going to go in the furthest line right there. Next thing we need is we need steel. So let's go and grab some of that. And I think, yeah, we have some right here. So let's bring it all the way up to where we're working, which is right there. We'll bring it in kind of right here. And then we'll go underground to miss everything. Oops. Oops, that's the wrong way as well. And then here we have steel, and finally we need another iron line. So let's bring our iron a little bit farther forward. And once again, we'll sort this stuff out once we need to, essentially. So we're going to go around, do our little around the world and then underground thing. And there we go. Bring our final steel line right there. All right, let's move our copper line all the way up right here. We're going to bring... Actually, we're going to do... Let's do something tricky a little bit here. We're going to split our copper line. Now, the only thing steel is needed for... Steel's not needed for this. Steel's only needed for the piercing rounds. So that's the only thing steel's needed for. So what we're going to do is we're going to... Honestly, we should have had steel on this line, but I think it'll be fine. Or can we somehow get steel on that line? Let's try and swap these. Let's do something like this. Just because I think steel on the interior, the inside line would be a little bit easier since we're splitting copper already. So let's go ahead and swap these lines a little bit. So we'll do something like this. That'll be steel. Coming all the way. And then we have copper, which is going to go underground to get on the other side of that. Looks a little bit messy, but it'll work out a little bit better in the end. So what we're going to do here then is, in order to create this line right here, we're going to create that from this. Where we're going to bring this like that. Awesome. Now that's split. That's exactly all the materials that this needs. So let's go a fast inserter there. And we should be good to go then. And in fact, if this isn't going fast enough, then we'll also add another thing. But I think that's going fast enough. Awesome. So that's exactly what we needed there. And the only thing that we need to do now is we need to somehow get the stuff out. But I think what we can do is something simple as that right there. And there we have it. One of our ingredients has been created. That's 2/3 of the way done. Put it on that side and we'll be good. Let's get some long-handed inserters so that we can get this thing out properly. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. Awesome. Final thing we need. This is the last thing, and this is probably the most difficult as well, is we need the turrets. And the turrets are going to require 8 assemblers, which are going to require iron, copper, and gears. Now, we said we were going to split this copper, and we are indeed going to do that. Let's bring the copper this way, just so we have it to work with. And we kind of want to do this right here. I think this is probably a really good space for us to fill this out. So let's figure out a way to do that. We're going to need... Let's take a look at turrets real quick. Take another glass of water. This is like the 3rd episode I've recorded today, so I need H2O to keep my voice working. Okay. So you see, pretty much for 8 gun turrets, we're gonna need 1 gun turret per second. Keep that in mind. We need 8 assemblers. Now, each assembler is going to need, or we're going to need 20 iron per second as well, since we're trying to make 1 gun turret per second. We're going to need 10 copper per second, and we're going to need 10 iron gear wheels per second. Now, the iron, essentially it's going to need a full iron line, a full dedicated line of iron for it, which is kind of crazy, but we can sort that out. That's what this one's for. So let's go ahead and make our assemblers. And we've got the copper right here, so let's do that right here. So can we fit 8 here, I wonder? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can indeed. That's good. That's exactly what we want to do here. So put this like that. That's going to be all of our... Oh no, we've run out. Do we have our car handy? We've stuck it over there. Let's grab our car, and we'll be able to finish this this science. We need to go and grab a couple more of these things. Skirt. We're actually getting a lot of progress done. The military science packs are something that I always put off when I play, when I play alone or when I play with friends. I always put it off because it's not very easy to do. It takes a lot of kind of understanding exactly how much of something you need, which is what we're doing now. So, okay, right. So that's that. We've got this. The last thing you're going to need then. What did you? How much copper did you need? Hang on. Let me put this in here. Put you in there. Grab you and go. Oops, that's the wrong one. Hang on. Go back. There we go. That's better. Okay, what do you guys need? 10 copper plates. So that should be good. And honestly, we don't need this. This split right here. We don't need that. There we go. So 10 copper plates is, yeah, that's going to be okay. Let's go ahead and throw one of these in for each of these. Now, the tricky part here is going to be, this is what I think is going to be tricky. It's going to be essentially finding a way to make the iron gears, because we already know you need a full line of this. Ooh, but you only need half. Okay, let's change our design a little bit here. It's because, okay, so the tricky part was going to be finding a way to get the iron gear wheels in, which could have been a line up here, but then how do we get the material out? You know what I'm saying? So it becomes a little bit tricky there. So here's what we're going to do then. We're going to run this a little bit lower, since this will be the full line. We're going to run it right next to this, pretty much all the way, right up to there. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put all these back in place, right here. 4, 5, 6, 7, oops, 8. There we go. Make sure they're all on the right thing. That's not the right thing. Make sure they're all on the right thing. And then, awesome. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring this up And we're going to make one line going this way. Now this one line is going to carry two things. It's going to carry iron gear wheels and copper. And it should be okay. It should have enough copper to fill all these things, because we know that the red transport belt carries about 27 items per second, which means that one half of it's going to carry half of that, which is about 13. And we only need 10 per second, so that should be exactly enough. So let's go ahead and fill these in here. Give these the materials that they need. I'll do the same on this side. Oh, that's a little weird. We've done that a little bit oddly, I think. Oh yeah, we definitely did. Okay. Here's where we made the mistake. There we go. Okay, next thing we need, last thing pretty much we need to do is we need to make the iron gear wheels. And how many iron gear wheels do we need? Well, for each of these things, oops, come on. For each of these things, we need 10 iron gear wheels. So we need 10 iron gear wheels per second. That's a lot of iron gear wheels. That's a crazy amount, actually. But we know that we can make, if we go and look at our iron gear wheel rate, we can make 2 iron gear wheels every second. So we're going to need 5 iron gear wheel creators, which means we're going to need 5 of these things right here. How are we going to do that? Let's find a way. How much iron do you require? Not much, actually. So we're going to take your excess iron then, and we're going to do our iron gear wheels over here. Yeah. We'll find a way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just to use some of this extra space. Actually, we'll move those a little bit closer. Probably right here will be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys are going to be making iron gear wheels. And what we're going to do then is we're going to go underground right here and kind of come around this way. And so this is going to be iron gear wheels right here. Or no, this is going to be raw iron, rather. I want to bring you this way. Here, I'm gonna swap you guys for a second. Swap you and swap you, just so that I can remove that piece right there, and then I can do this. So there's our excess iron going in there. That's going to be going to these guys. I think I need to actually double up here if I remember correctly. I don't know how we're going to double you up, but you should be fine. Actually, let's move you guys up 1 then. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go further with you 1 like that. So you have 2. You have 2, kind of. You have 3, but now you have 2, and you have 2 as well. Okay, awesome. So you guys should all be sorted. Let's get your get your output, and we'll put you on this line right here. Now this line's going to be coming back this way in order to give this its iron gear wheels. Finally, and it's not that tricky, but it's the fun part. We get to route everything here all the way back around, and this is starting to look very spaghetti-y. Well, maybe to the untrained eye it looks spaghetti. To me, it looks really cool. It looks like a very good design. We're going to run this over here and then kaboom, just like that. Okay. This is looking a little bit crazy. We're going to need fast gear wheels here. So 1 right there, 1 right there, 1 right there, 1 right here, and then 1 in the middle right here. Are you guys ready for the moment of truth? What do you guys want to bet that it's going to completely break down and nothing's going to work? It could happen. In fact, it does happen a lot of times when you build crazy stuff like this that takes a lot of engineering, if you will. Okay, you guys need to make iron gear wheels. Awesome, so that's working. Finally, you guys need to be powered, don't you? Let's make a couple of these as well. Just so we can power everything. And here's the moment of truth. We've already got 2 of the materials here. Will the 3rd material be outputted? No, it won't, because we don't have any of these yet. Oops. And that one won't be outputting anywhere. There we go. Let's see if you output. As long as you output, I think we're pretty solid. And everything's going. Awesome. finally, we need to get this stuff here. So this is the real moment of truth. The moment of truth. We need to go... We'll put this in the middle. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll get a long one. Put it on the right side. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put this one on the left side, I guess. 10. Finally, we need to power these. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Are we good? You're making. That's a good sign. You guys are making. That's a good sign. Ooh, there we go. Okay. Look at that. It's magic. It took 30 minutes, but we got this set up. It's not that hard of a design. Honestly, I really like how we did it. I really like the look of this. I think it looks really good. And this is honestly something that I think I'm going to blueprint because this, honestly, I just really like this design. It looks really, in fact, since we're doing it like this, we could also have, like, for instance, the blues go on this side. If we could, because see, you can see this. It looks like a half of a thing. Like, if you turn around, I don't know how to turn around in this game, but it looks like it's half of a moon. If you had another side right that, it'd be symmetric. You know what I'm saying? So this is the upper half, and then you can have a lower half as well. Working on blues that would go in there or something. But I think it looks really nice, and I'm actually very proud of this design. So what do you guys think? Put your comments down below. This is going to be the end of this episode. Next episode, what we'll end up doing is we'll end up kind of bringing these together and actually having them go into a science factory, whereby we'll essentially use them. So we'll be able to make science. For instance, I don't know what requires it. This, grenade damage, yeah. So any of this stuff, I'm super proud of this, and I'm very glad that we were able to get this done because, like I said, it's something that I put off all the time when I'm playing on my own. So actually, that's running a bit slowly. Oh, it's because we're running out of iron. Okay, so we will need to sort out some of our iron next episode. But if you like that episode, hit that like button, put your comments down below, and I'll see you guys in episode number 18.